right, this is CJ Gore with We Are Change San Antonio, Truth Exposed Radio and Occupy Bilderberg. We are here in Chantilly at the Westfields Marriott on location, occupying Bilderberg, taking it to these globalists. Now, we have Glenn from We Are Change, Jersey, and he's, of course, you see the shirt. I had to tell him earlier, repping 9/11 Truth, doing a lot of good work. We're going to talk to him about some of the stuff he's got coming out, why he came to Bilderberg, etc. So what drove you to come out here to Bilderberg today?
Basically, I just wanted to see what the hubbub was about for myself. It's my first year actually coming out, and I've seen the coverage. I've kept up with it through Alex Jones, Lee Krukowski, the live streams, and the footage is amazing from the past years. But I decided this is an amazing year. It's 2012. First of all, there's a global awakening taking place. As well, this is an important year for Bilderberg because their puppet Barack Obama's in trouble. So that's why I believe one of the reasons they're back here at the scene of the crime where they picked him 4 years ago, because their puppet's in trouble and they're trying to reformulate a strategy to pick either Obama or Romney as the next guy. But either way, they win. So for me, the main concerns are the fact that A, it's been secret so long and nobody really has heard about it, and B, the fact that they're influencing decisions such as the vice presidential candidate as well as the presidential candidate for both of the parties. And they're also behind the economic crisis. Those are the major reasons why I'm here.
Yeah, definitely. We're all coming out, and we had a report out of InfoWars that they were already talking about killing Ron Paul. Do you think that maybe the awakening is so big? I mean, anybody that's watching this live streams can see this is the biggest Bilderberg protest ever. And do you think they're talking about killing Ron Paul because his revolution is just bringing up this movement?
No, I think that's more disinformation put out either by the Bilderberg group themselves or by people who have picked up on the events going on here. I think that's just fear-mongering to try to plant the seed of doubt in us to think that we're somehow going to be intimidated by this. No, I don't think they're trying to kill Ron Paul, although there very may well be a threat against his life if he does get into the presidency, or even if he doesn't, because he is so against the establishment. But yeah, I think that's an exaggerated claim. The real problem is the fact that these people are killing impoverished nations and not really allowing them to develop. And at the same time, they're lowering our standard of living to those third world status so that we can develop or continue our prosperity. So I think that is really the main issue. It's not so much a one-eyed monster, Illuminati conspiracy that we should be looking at it as. We should look at it as a real conspiracy reality, a conspiracy fact. And these people do wield very much influence and very much power in the world. And so we should just stick to the facts and stick to what we know. I can't really speak for Ron Paul, but
okay, so, before we shot this right here, we were talking about, you were putting out some 9/11 videos and all that kind of stuff. Why don't you tell us about, all the stuff you've got coming out and maybe a couple of past projects?
Sure. The video I'm working on is called 9/11 Gate, and I titled it as such to mimic Climate Gate, which was a huge, huge meme that was put out after all these statistics came out about how global warming was actually being fabricated. The Earth has actually been cooling for the past 10 or 20 years. So what do they say? We'll just say it's warming and bamboozle the public into going along with our climate change. So similarly, I've come out with 9/11 Gate. This idea will change what people perceive the story of September 11th to be, whether they're on the fence, whether they're debunkers, truthers, or they've never even heard of this information. This film, 9/11 Gate, and its related follow-ups that I'm working on right now, different installments, they will change public perception about September 11th because there's no speculation. We now have 5 terabytes, that's 5,000 gigabytes, of declassified video and photo evidence that was only released just 2 years ago. So the debunkers will constantly claim, oh, you've had 10 years to build your case. Well, really, we haven't. Much of the information that proves it's an inside job has only been released in 2009, 2010, in the past 2 or 3 years. So a lot of the pertinent info has been withheld from us, and that's prima facie evidence of the inside job. Just the fact that it's been covered up shows that they have something to hide, that is the U.S. government. And now I've looked through some of the evidence, and it proves that they not only let it happen, they made it happen.
Well, that's really good. That's new stuff because even people that are familiar with 9/11 Truth kind of dig more because that is one thing, sourcing your information we found and having good sources and information to get people to wake them up. If there's even more stuff we can get, the more info, the better, I think.
Yeah, this is all declassified government footage. Giuliani put the call out on the day of 9/11 to confiscate all the amateur videos that were released that day by tourists and stuff like that as part of their investigation. So we could use a lot of these videos. Also, there was an unprecedented network agreement among all the news networks that day, which again shows you global coordination, global standardization, pooling of all information in the mainstream media. 9/11 was their coming out party for the new world order. They corroborated their story, they got their facts straight, and they pooled all the videos, and they sealed them for 10 years. Now it's declassified. We have the original news reports from 9/11, as well as this amateur footage, which proves that they not only flew in the planes, but they blew up the buildings as well, and it's all been planned.
Wow, that's great. Why don't you give us a closing statement, but definitely our viewers here, give them the site where they can catch all your videos and learn about, and maybe people in Jersey that want to hook up with you and help out the cause and such. Oh, there it is.
Well, yeah, it's on the back of my shirt, but basically the website you can find me at is wearechangenewjersey, spelled all the way out, .com, or you can find me on Twitter and YouTube at wearechangenj. Also, I run a radio show every Wednesday night, 6 to 7 p.m. on Blog Talk Radio called The Glenn Z Show. You can look that up, where I'm covering Bilderberg and other controversial topics.
Okay, and is that what time is that? Standard Eastern
time? 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern time.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hopefully some of our tech.
Infobomb Bilderberg 2012, brought to you by We Are Change Texas Hill Country, We Are Change San Antonio and Truth Exposed Radio.